So this guy has 2 wives. And I know you might think like, oh, that sounds kind of fun. But this is about to be a disaster for him. Now the guy's name is Mick, and Mick has an interesting lifestyle. He's living in Derby, England with his wife, this woman, Mairead. But then at some point, he also moves his mistress into his home, this woman, Lisa. And so they all live together there like one big happy family, so, good for them. But as the years go by, Mick keeps getting Mairead and Lisa pregnant. So they keep having Mick's babies, and eventually they have a bunch of kids. Here's the thing about Mick, though. Mick doesn't work. Like, he doesn't have a job. He lives off the government. In fact, all of his income comes from welfare benefits. And with every new kid he has, he gets a little bit more money from the government. Not to mention, the house he lives in is also public housing, so that's paid for by the government too. So bro is just mooching. Now eventually, over time, Mick, Mairead, and Lisa, they end up having a total of 15 kids. 15 kids. Which means there are 18 people living in this house. Mick, Mairead, Lisa, and 15 children, and they're all living in this 3-bedroom home. But then, to make it even worse, Mairead and Lisa both get pregnant again. So what does Mick do? Well, he officially puts in a request for the government to move his family to a bigger house to accommodate for his comically large family. Now, this is such a wild request that it actually makes the local news, and people hear about it and they're really pissed off at Mick. They think he's taking advantage of public services, which, yeah, he is. And so Mick starts getting a lot of hate publicly and a lot of local media coverage. But he ends up kind of liking the attention. Like, it feels good to him. And he ends up going on this Jerry Springer type talk show called The Jeremy Kyle Show.
Wife number 1 comes to spend the night in the caravan, and then the next night, wife number 2 comes to spend the night.
Oh, yes, great lifestyle.
And then he ends up being in this documentary, and that gets pretty contentious.
You're a coward.
Let's do as a coward. Let's move it.
So bro is just a mess. But whatever, he's getting a little bit of pseudo fame, and he seems to really be enjoying it. So he just keeps living his life, not working, taking care of his kids, and smashing with Mairead and Lisa in a trailer he keeps parked in their driveway. I guess there's always a bunch of kids in the house, so they have to go out to the trailer in order to smash. What kind of hillbilly shit is this? But anyway, to make it even more complicated, I guess Mick and Mairead are also swingers? Question mark?